I would say that some NGOs are spreading the message that livestock is the main culprit of climate change. Some others don't. There are NGOs that I think have more of an ecosystem approach towards conservation, and they are more aware of the big role that livestock plays in biodiversity conservation. But I think all of them still lack an understanding, an ecosystem understanding of methane emissions. And this is something that we at the agriculture group of the Basque Centre for Climate Change are working on providing data for that, because that's a relatively new perspective that we are introducing. You have to at least give a first estimate of what the emission of methane by wild herbivores is, in order to be able to compare it with the methane that livestock is emitting. And then you will come up with a difference between the two magnitudes, and that difference will be the anthropogenic emissions, not the total ones, because there is a part that is natural. So I think regarding the climate discourse, there's no one to blame, but rather just studies that have tried to come up with a solution for methane emissions, and that didn't think of the ecological implications, because it's also not common that an ecologist is working on life cycle analysis. And I hope we can change that more early than late. Yeah, the CO2 is the real problem in food production and generally creating climate change, especially the CO2 that has a fossil origin, of course not the biogenic ones. And I believe this will be the way forward, to focus much more on CO2, that is anyway the most worrying greenhouse gas in the world, because not only because it just directly comes from the combustion of fossil fuels, but also because it's very difficult to remove from the atmosphere. There is a part of the CO2 that can last in the atmosphere for thousands or tens of thousands of years, and we are giving a legacy to future generations that will not be easy to manage.